What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Zab. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I did pretty good today. I made about 2.75% on the day, and it's a little over $100. So pretty excited for that. I did lose money yesterday. I was down about 8%, and Monday I was up about 2 or 3%. So I'm still down about 4% on the week. We still have Friday to go, and we'll see how this week's turns out. But I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about some of the charting and how I chart. I was going to chart my levels this morning, and I figured that this might be a good topic of my video, so you guys can see how I actually do my charting every single morning. These do get updated every morning. Some of the levels are going to stay for a longer period of time than the others, but a lot of the times we are going to make some of the levels depending on what time frame I'm looking them at. All right, so let's get started. Let's jump right into the video. You can see my Thinkorswim here, and I wanted to show you guys what are some of the stocks that I see here are. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so these 9 stocks is what the watch list that I watch daily. You can set them up exactly how you want to set them up. You're looking at Google, Microsoft, and Apple, and then AMD, Tesla, Meta, Amazon, Nvidia, and Netflix. Okay, so these are the 3, 6, 9 stocks that we are going to be looking at today. One of the other stocks that I trade a little bit differently, more of a scalpy option that I have under my belt, that is SPY. All right, so let's take a look at SPY. And this is the window that I will be sharing with you guys when we come to trade SPY. Okay, SPY here is connected here. Let's reset this. A lot of lines here, as you can see. There's a lot of lines here. Okay, but yeah, this is what we're looking for, and we will go over the lines, what I am thinking about. I trade exactly like Jimmy Decoded on YouTube, right? When it comes to SPY, that's my motivation to look for. And then I trade every other stock like Vincent DeCiano. He does a break and retest strategy. He has a Discord options insider, so those are my inspirations where I learned the charting from. All right, so we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna jump right into this video. So let's first get started. Let's start on the Google stock. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on the Google stock. So I want to maximize this sell, and these are the levels for Google. I drew a line around 139, and then I drew a line about 142. Where did these levels come from? Let's zoom back out on the 4-hour chart, folks. Let's zoom back on the 4-hour chart, and you can see this level, the 139 level, was supported in the past 1, 2, 3 times, right? It finally broke it, somewhat retested it down here, and continuation on the downside. All right, finally broke it on the upside, retested it, and continuation on the downside. This is the next resistance line, then the resistance line. 142.87 is the next resistance, and then 145.36 is the next resistance. So every time we see a bounce, right, I will take that zone and I will create a little box underneath that zone. So these are my Google. Let's jump on to the next one. Next one is Microsoft. So Microsoft is something I traded today. I want to zoom this out to the 4-hour chart so you can take a look at how I traded Microsoft today. So 4-hour chart here, there you go. All right, so you can see here Microsoft bounced here, almost close to here, right? 397.89 is a good point of interest for us. Let's get back down, and then on the upside, Microsoft was bouncing here. It broke it once, right? And it kind of fall right back down here. So this is a point of interest. You can see I have 2 points alerts set on here. So what I'm looking for is a breakout of this zone, a retest of this zone at 416 area, a retest of 416 zone, and then continuation on the upside. And that happened today. that happened today in the pre-market. It broke that zone around 416 range. It retested it, and had you gone into calls at open, bam, close. And look what happened. This high came from that fake out zone, which is, that's 15. Let's do 20-day 1 hour. Nope, even that's not good enough. I guess we're gonna have to go to the 4 hour. This alert, this point, right, 421.35, that came from the previous high, right? Previous high. So we are going to jump into the 5-day 5-minute, and look what happens at this 421 level, right? I just want to zoom in here. You hit the break and retest the 421 level, and then continuation on the upside. This is the trade that I took. I personally took this trade. Continuation on the upside. I sold it right here. I could have gone in here, but I didn't take that trade. Chickened out. Okay, so that's Microsoft for you. These are the type of things I do draw. Let's jump on to the next one. Apple. You can see this zone. Even though this is a 5-minute chart, there's a zone up here that got rejected. Similar idea, same exact zone. We go to the 4-hour chart, and we will see, okay, how did I draw this zone? Well, this zone was drawn to me by, look, there was a break, retest, and again a retest. So this 174, 173 is a very important level for Apple. If it closes above this level, we can see a little bit of a more on the upside move. Okay, but right now Apple is pretty weak. It just keeps rejecting this zone. So if we go to the 15 and 5-minute chart, you can see rejection again today. All right, so something to keep that in mind. If you are trading these zones, you want to make sure that all these zones are cleared up, and then we can look a little bit on the upside. Okay, so that's one. Let's go on to the next one. AMD is going to come at the key level. It hasn't retested it yet. This is where I would go in. Around 183 and 184 is the area that I would go in on AMD. You have to be very careful because this broke this line, and it's coming back to retest this zone. If this holds this area right here, we will look for on the upside on calls. This could happen possibly today, and it could even happen tomorrow, but we will keep an eye on AMD all day tomorrow. Maybe it's gonna happen, most likely tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, so nothing much going on AMD. There's a high of AMD that we can probably mark. There you go. Okay, we can mark that, and this is good enough. Okay, sounds good. Let's go to the next one. Tesla. What is going on with Tesla today? I don't like this color. I'm gonna change it back to something a little bit more gray. Yeah. Okay. Tesla was holding this level. It's about 174, 175. I had drawn this and bounce up, a little bit bounce up, and then finally it broke this level. Right? Finally it broke this level. It retested this level, and it's just continuation on the downside. So Tesla puts is just, that's what's been going on my charts. It's just bleeding right now. The next stop for Tesla, and I'm gonna open my trading view for this guy because I can zoom out a little too much here. The next stop for Tesla on the daily chart is, if this zone holds, we still have 3 hours 24 minutes to go for this to close. But if this zone holds, we can see possibly a point of flip on Tesla, because right here it started going up 207 from 164 to 207 here, and then here it came back down a little bit, but continuation on the upside. So Tesla has a little bit juice in it left. depending on where this candle closes, right? So this zone is very important. If I minimize this is what down here is the zone that we are looking for. So it's going to continuation on the downside, but it can bounce from up here at any given point in time. I do want to 1 year. There you go. That's the daily chart. I'm going to go ahead and create a drawing of a price point right here. You know, there was a resistance here that kind of matches my resistance too. Okay, that broke it, and then this support here. Okay, so yeah, we want to see Tesla hold this level, and then we can purchase calls depending on how it goes tomorrow. But for right now, there's not much going on in Tesla. We'll just wait. It broke yesterday's couple levels, and it's just going continuation on the downside. All right. Let's look at Meta. So Meta I haven't charted yet. So this is the chart that I will be talking about, that I will be charting with you guys now. So the first thing I do is I go to the 4-hour chart, and I look at what Meta has been doing. So there's a huge push up on the upside. There was a little bit pullback here. So this resistance, there was a resistance here. Okay, it went up here, resistance here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a drawing and add a resistance line right here. Okay, and then I'm going to add a drawing. I'm going to add a little bit of a box right here. Okay, and I just want you to pay attention to how this resistance line has worked. You know, now this can be, it's not perfect, right? Rejection here. I just took this price point, rejection here. It came back down to this price point, rejecting again. Went up to this price point, some more rejecting, maybe supporting, and it finally moved back up here, right? So resistance over here turned into a support somewhere here. Turn into a support again here, and now it's continuation on the upside. The next price point to keep in check is we have this guy, the 523.57. So we're gonna draw a line up there. All right, that's going to be our point of interest. Okay, some of the other things that we want to keep in mind is right here was a support, so we're gonna add a drawing right there. Okay, so this is my current chart of Meta. That's what I'll be trading on Meta. So when Meta comes down to this price point at 484, 485 area, I go into calls because this is now a support zone. Okay, maybe it's going to continuation on the upside. Maybe it's going to come back down and bleed a close below this. You can see it come back down to 463 or maybe 454. Okay, that's what you would do. Let's go ahead and check something else. Let's look at Amazon. Looks like I did do some boxes on Amazon. Similar thing here. Comes back down, push on the way up. Right? You have your zone here, support right here, and look where Amazon rejected. Amazon rejected at the top. Oh, that huge rejection at the top. It's trying to push up, but it's in the put zone. Excuse me. It's in the put zone. Okay, Amazon is in the put zone. It rejected this here, rejected it here, here, and now Amazon rejected this candle again. So it's going to continuation on the downside, right? It's going to continue on the downside. Can I purchase puts on Amazon here? Possibly. A part of me wants to purchase Amazon puts right here after seeing that candle. You know, that 4-hour candle. I want to purchase Amazon puts. I just want to be clear. Okay, how are the puts going to behave? So might not be a bad idea to purchase Amazon puts. Let's go to this one, go to Amazon. Let's go on the 4-hour. Yeah. Rejection. What? That's a 4-hour chart. Why do the candles look different? I don't know. That's weird. Alright, well, this is the price point. It rejected it. And looks like it's going to be coming down. Okay, so that's something we have to keep in mind. Alright. So depending on how much this candle close, Amazon can come back down to 170, 186. So you just have to keep that in mind. All right, sounds good. Let's move on to the next one. Man, this video is turning longer and longer. Okay, trying to keep it short. Trying to. Looks like whatever this level was bled through today. Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia is a little monster. Nvidia is a little monster. Okay, so what is this level? Does this level make sense? Probably not. I don't like this level. Doesn't make sense. I want to see, it started this rally up here, a little bit of pullback down here, you know, and then continuation on the upside, rejected it, came back down here. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this is the support zone. Okay, this is the support zone and this is the resistance zone. This is the support zone, this is the resistance zone. So if it comes back down here, we can buy calls. This is the resistance zone. It comes up here, we buy resistance. Okay, points to look out. 936 is a point to look out. That's a good price point to be cautious of. All right, let's go to the last one on the list. It's Netflix. Okay. Could have sworn I told you not gonna make this long, but it's important. Let's look at Netflix. Let's chart Netflix together. So, huge push up on Netflix, right? Huge push up on Netflix, and we can see, you know, a little bit of pullback here, and then go up, go up, go up. I just want to auto zoom, make sure I'm not missing anything. No, I'm not. Okay. All right. So looks like Netflix bounced from here at our drawing. We're gonna right here. Okay, this moved up to this point at our drawing, moved up to here, come back down at our drawing and moved to here. Okay, so it started up here, rejected it, came back down here, supported it, broke it somewhat when we see it above this price point, right? And this is a area of interest now because there you go. This is an area of interest now because the rejection becomes somewhat of a support and then continuation on the upside. Comes back down, supports up, supports up. The next price point on Netflix is this guy right here. We have to be careful of this range at our drawing. And this one would be red. Sorry, this one would be red in color. This one is going to be green in color. So for Netflix, if it comes into the 597 zone, 598 zone, buy calls, rejection at the top at 623. Okay, that's how you would do. So these are the zones that I look out for. When the zones break, you wanna make sure that that resistance zone becomes a support, or a support zone becomes a resistance. Right? Take this example. This was a resistance zone, it came back down, right? Finally, it broke it. It turned into a support. And when you start seeing that, oh, it's supporting it, let's go into calls. Bam, you made your money. Came back down here, put into calls, right? And guess what it's doing now? It's going back up to this price point. You can buy puts up here. So that's how it is. I like to do a break and retest. And when it breaks the zone, it supports, it changes the zone from a support to resistance. I go in. All right. That's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you found some education in this video. If you have stuck around for the past 20 minutes, I greatly appreciate it. These do take me a long time to make. So if you can give me a thumbs up, comment down below if you've stuck at all till 20 minutes. This is a charting video. It's a long video, I understand, but it's one of those videos that are pretty important. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Have a great week. Until next time. Bye-bye.